The black church is where African Americans learned how to hold a fork and knife, where it's the only place in American history where black people could have a position, be an officer, that they found themselves in charge of something.
As essential workers, domestics, we had our outfits, and they communicated something to the world around us. But on Sunday morning, we were somebody.
It's where we learned how to speak out loud, where we learned Robert's Rules of Order, where we learned how to run meetings. Before there was any professional organizations or the Divine Nine, there was the black church.
For me, the black church is really concerned about your entire being. How are you going to be professionally and personally? They were our counselors before we really understood the importance of going to counseling and having your own therapist. They were our financial advisors as well. Everything is about the whole person. The black church is a form of liberation, first and foremost. We had to start our own way. We had to develop our own spiritual understanding, spiritual places, a safe sanctuary for people to come to. And we need to continue to provide that today.
As I look at the black church as a whole, that's one thing that comes to my mind is affirmation. Affirmation of faith, but affirmation of the individual.
I think one of the brilliant aspects of the black church historically has been its kind of foresightedness and its understanding that we need to mentor and prepare individuals. We need to be deliberate about how we position individuals.
The better we are prepared for leadership, it allows us to now have a better society and community. The challenge that happens within our world is based on the level of leadership that we have at the helm. And when we can raise up people to think like leaders, to solve problems, to understand that leadership is not about who's watching, it's about what you do in the dark areas of your life that are unsupervised. If you can lead yourself well, you can lead other people well.
This is a holy ground for black people, knowing that Georgia is the sacred soil of the civil rights movement, that this is the terrain of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., of Joseph Lowry, of Ralph David Abernathy. All of that is hewn right out of this, and so it's coming to Jerusalem, knowing that the most significant voices in American history were pastors in this city.
It's past time for some of these ministers who have stood on the shoulders of the ministers before them to continue the work and to continue to try to get justice and equality for black people. We've been at it so long. Sometimes you wonder, how long, Lord, how long?
Overcoming mentality does not mean that there are no obstacles. It means there is an obstacle, but I'm coming over it.
I know that there are people that are believing in me as a spiritual leader to come and give them hope, to come and teach them faith, to come and lead them through, just as I don't think any different than any other great leader. Harriet Tubman couldn't be moved by what she saw. She had to be moved by what she believed. Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they could not be moved by what they saw. They saw injustice, they saw the dogs, they saw the water holes, they heard things on the news. They heard, if you do this, we're gonna do this. But you have to stand firm and stand strong and lead through with conviction and teach the unadulterated word of God to let people know, just because we made it through that, we're gonna make it through this, and hey, tough times don't last, tough people do.
Leaning, safe and secure. Upload your Sunday's Best picture at wabe.org/tellmethestory or tag us online using the hashtag Atlanta Sunday's Best.